Hello and welcome back to Digital Assets Daily. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in your corner of the world. A lot of unbelievably exciting news coming out this week and even more today. I was going to do a different video tonight, but I had to make a change of plans and I got so much content. I'm probably going to break it down over, like 2 or 3 videos, just so it's not so out of control and very long. And let's just dive right in. Let's just going to see. The headline is the Fed this summer will take another step in developing a digital currency. I'm going to see if this video will play right now.
Hey, Tyler, the Federal Reserve announcing it's taking another step at looking at the possibility of issuing a central bank digital currency, saying it's going to issue a paper. And that paper will be issued this summer that will focus on the benefits and risks of a central bank digital currency. The Fed's going to ask for public comment on whether or if it should do this thing and what the risks are. And Chair Powell saying in a video release that the Fed made available along with this statement that this represents the beginning of a thoughtful and deliberative process when it comes to thinking about a central bank digital currency. He does not say, for the record, the Fed has reached a conclusion to issue one. But here's some quick sound from what the chairman released in his video.
We are committed at the Federal Reserve to hearing a wide range of voices on this important issue before making any decision on whether and how to move forward with the U.S. CBDC, taking account of the broader risks and opportunities it could offer.
He also says the CBDC should be designed for general public use and should be a complement, not a replacement for cash. So, Kelly, hard to know exactly how big of a step this is. The Fed has been thinking about issuing a CBDC for quite some time, but now it's going to issue this paper, and that paper will be coming out in the summer.
Steve, it's interesting to look at what's happening in China with some of the experiments they've been running with digital currency. It might make it harder for our Fed because obviously China can do more tracking of citizens' use of the currency. They can use monetary tools that our Fed might want to pursue, like putting an expiration date, for instance, on currency when they're trying to stimulate the economy. But it does seem like they'll have to face down concerns on a number of different fronts and maybe clearly delineate what a digital currency can and can't do.
You've got that absolutely right. There are major privacy concerns that come with this kind of currency. And by the way, the Federal Reserve has this thing called Congress that it ostensibly works for that would have to approve of such a thing. Unclear what the public temperature is for this sort of thing. So we're kind of trying to look. The way I describe this, Kelly, is the Fed is the main train that takes you from your suburbs to your city. All of a sudden, over time, these other trains the tracks have been laid down on the side. So there's this Bitcoin train, this other train that are kind of promising sort of to do the same thing. And the Fed's trying to figure out how much of a threat and how much of this new technology it needs to be on board with. And it's kind of inching its way, trying to slow walk this thing. But the technology is moving faster, I think, than the Fed is ready for.
In terms of our competition with other countries for being a dominant player in cryptocurrency, where do we fit? Are we behind the Chinese? Are we behind others but ahead of some? What?
I understand the Bank of England is doing a similar study as this. I think we're behind China. And one of the things that Powell makes a point of is that we will be I want to find this exact comment here. It came towards the end of the speech where he said, we're going to make sure we keep pace internationally with what's going on with standards. I'll read you this. Irrespective of the conclusion we ultimately reach, we expect, as in the Fed, to play a leading role in developing international standards for CBDCs, engaging actively with central banks in other jurisdictions as well as regulators and supervisors. So they don't want to be left behind. And yes, I think, Tyler, it's fair to say we're somewhat behind some of the other countries out there.
And I have a few things I want to highlight. As she mentioned with the blockchain and the China being able to track, it doesn't seem like she quite understands how the blockchain works. But of course, you can pretty much track everything on the blockchain. And also, too, when his statement, he was referring back to, that would be up to Congress. I don't think he really understood what was going on here. And that's why I'm going to highlight it again in this video. The Digital Dollar Project to launch pilot programs to explore designs and uses of a U.S. central bank digital currency. So you can see how this all starts connecting. And also, too, with the Digital Dollar Project, this is something that Congress is absolutely aware of, and it has been taken to them for votes already. So this is something that is already on the scene. And I did like that he referenced, end quote, the train leaving the track, etc. And we're going to actually follow up on that again a little bit, down into the video. And now leading into these, I believe, is a perfect setup for this. The global shift to explore CBDCs, and unsurprisingly, the rise of CBDCs. A CBDC, for the new people, is the sovereign equivalent of a private cryptocurrency and digital asset issued and controlled by a country's central bank. And that's a short explanation of what that is. And it's used by people and businesses for retail payments. And also, too, Ripple appoints former U.S. Treasurer Rosie Rios to its board. And of course, we've discussed this, but this is directly out of the Times of India. And again, the reason I wanted to highlight this, especially from India, it's kind of a double conversation point, so to speak, as we have seen recently, even I believe it was yesterday, where there was a statement of India possibly banning cryptocurrencies. But New Delhi blockchain startup Ripple, or I should say it's from the New Delhi, but the blockchain startup Ripple has appointed former U.S. Treasurer Rosie Rios to its board of directors. And Rios, which is the 43rd treasurer of the U.S., had served under President Barack Obama. And the startup has also named Christina Campbell, which is previously an executive at fintech firms Green Dot and PayNearMe, as its chief financial officer, the CFO. But I think this is very, very exciting, and I want to step into another quick video. The new $100 note sheet signed by Treasurer Rosie Rios at ANA National Money Show. And again, if you're not aware, I believe the most recent number that she had expressed was something like 1.6 out of $1.7 trillion has her signature. Let's get into the video, because I think this is where it gets really exciting, and it's going to set up for the rest of the video. And I'm not going to take too much more of your time, so you might want to stick around, because it gets very exciting to the very end. And here we go. I'm going to play this video for you right now. After she's finished, I'm going to re-highlight a couple of points to make the next article have even more power. So as you watch through it, I'll let you watch through with uninterrupted, and then I'm going to come back and discuss a couple of points in the video. All right, here we go.
You may know that our new $100 note is in circulation. You may know that today we just started selling uncut sheets of that new $100 note. And just in the last few hours, there have been over $300,000 in sales for those sheets. So there is demand. It's great to see there is demand still for collecting these great works of art. Today will be the first time I ever sign an uncut sheet, so I don't know who that first person is, but you are very lucky. And I'm, again, very proud to be part of that. Making American history is what I call it. We are making American history every day. And for those of you who don't know, the Next Gen $100 note is the last denomination of that particular family of notes. We're working on the future generation of currency. So that is my other job, is I'm the chair of the Advanced Counterfeit Deterrence Steering Committee. So as the chair, I oversee the collaborative effort of designing future currency and all the security features that are incorporated into that. And that all goes to the Secretary of the Treasury for final decision. So I'm very proud, again, to be part of that process.
Okay, now a couple of points I want to highlight really quick. Let's bring it back. If you heard all of that and you are an investor of XRP, I believe if this is your first time seeing it, you're probably very excited. All right, a couple of things that I want to highlight is this right here. Here we go.
The Next Gen $100 note is the last denomination of that particular family of notes. We're working on the future generation of currency. So that is my other job, is I'm the chair of the Advanced Counterfeit Deterrence Steering Committee. So as the chair, I oversee the collaborative effort of designing future currency.
And there you have it again. She is part of designing future currency. And I'll show you again, this is why it's such a big deal. Now, going back to May 4th, of course, today we're proud to announce at Rosie Rios as the newest member of Ripple's board of directors and Christina Campbell as CFO. Rosie Rios saw this as obviously she was tagged in it, and her response, she says it's honored to be part of the Ripple family. Let the future begin. And she's part of designing future currency. Also, too, here, I want to thank Chainsaw Jackson for this video. I'm not sure if he tagged me or someone tagged me, either which way in this video. We're going to see if it'll play also. So far, we've had no trouble tonight. All right, we're going to play this video, have another quick listen.
What do you think about cryptocurrency as a form of currency?
Well, I think the train's already left the station in terms of cryptocurrency. You may or may not know that I just joined the board of Ripple, and the reason why I chose to join that board, it's, in my opinion, one of the few cryptocurrency options out there that has a credible and legitimate use. So financial institutions use it to settle cross-border payments.
And again, she explains very well what you and I already know as investors. She's designing future currency. Remember, this is not financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes only. And before I go, I want to leave you with a final thought. Whenever you feel weak, remember the things that made you strong. Whenever you start to doubt yourself, remember those who believe in you. I want to say thanks to our VIP on Patreon, Surfmeister. Much love to each and every one of you. Hit that like and subscribe, and we will catch you in the next one.